What's up, Brew Crew? Welcome back. Today we are doing a 5-minute first impressions of Angel's Share, designed by Scott Almes and published by Capstone Games and Spielworxx. This one is all about whiskey, particularly aging spirits and hopefully increasing their value. I got a couple of plays in, and while there's some cool stuff going on here, I've got mixed drinks about feelings. Let's get into it. Angel's Share is a competitive euro where players are investors trying to purchase, age, and sell whiskey at the right time to maximize profit. At a high level, you are buying up barrels of whiskey, aging it, and managing a fluctuating market, and timing your sales to take advantage of those price swings. It's very much a game about planning ahead, watching the market, and trying to squeeze value out of systems that don't always want to cooperate, which thematically makes sense for whiskey aging. You're not going to turn a profit by buying up a barrel of Canadian mist and trying to age it. There are some clever mechanisms here. Scott Almes is known for clean, compact designs, and you can see that all over this game. The core ideas, especially the aging and market concepts, are genuinely interesting. During the game, you'll be moving your marker around to different distilleries and taking the actions there, then deciding whether or not you want to buy whiskey. Each distillery has a deck of cards, and these cards show actions on one side and barrels of whiskey on the other. So each time someone buys whiskey from a distillery, the action at that space will change as a new card comes out. Now, this is a pretty neat idea for what, at its core, is a worker placement game. A big part of the game is aging your whiskey. When you buy a barrel, you will put a certain number of cubes on it. Each round, you will remove a cube to represent the aging process, and the age of the whiskey will determine its value when it's time to sell. Not all whiskey will increase in value over time, though, so timing is important. I also generally love fluctuating markets in games. When they work, they create tension, tough decisions, and great moments where you feel smart for selling at just the right time. Conceptually, Angel's Share is doing a lot of things I normally really enjoy. But in practice, that's where things start to fall down a bit for me. Compared to other Scott Almes games I've played, the systems here didn't feel as smooth. A lot of the mechanisms are solid on paper, but at the table they felt a bit fiddly, especially the constant reset of the market. Trying to move these small pieces, adjusting values, moving things around, and doing it often. So instead of feeling dynamic and exciting, the market ended up feeling more like maintenance. I found myself thinking less about strategy and more about keeping the game state properly aligned. That's usually not a good sign. To be clear, I don't think Angel's Share is a bad game. There's genuinely a cool idea here, and I can see what it's trying to do, but for me, it just feels a little bit unfinished. If you really enjoy economic manipulation and don't mind some fiddliness, this might still work for you, but based on my first impressions, it didn't quite hit the highs that I expect from Scott Almes designs. All right, everybody, that's my 5-minute first impressions of Angel's Share. If you've played it, I'd love to hear from you, especially if it clicked better for you than it did with me. Drop a comments, let's talk about it. And until next time, let's get another round for the table.